Best Community Archaeology Project, Thames Discovery Program. It is a mark of the quality of this project that the Thames Discovery Program has been shortlisted again for the Best Community Project Award, having been highly commended for the 2010 British Archaeological Awards. The Discovery Program works on the basis that the Thames is simply one long archaeological site, which daily reveals new information about the city's 10,000-year history, from the Mesolithic timbers revealed in 2010 on the foreshore by Vauxhall Bridge, to more recent Hindu Diwali lamps set adrift upon the Thames, standing in for the sacred Ganges River. The scale of this riverine site demands an imaginative approach to recording new finds, and the Thames Discovery Program is all about getting people involved who are fascinated by archaeology and are willing to be trained to keep an eye on the river and report significant finds. Over 300 people have joined the Foreshore Recording and Observation Group known as FROG, intrepid volunteers who monitor 20 key sites on a regular basis and who have made important discoveries including Iron Age timbers at Fulham, Saxon fish traps at Hammersmith and Nine Elms, and a medieval jetty structure at Greenwich. A mark of the project's success is the number of research projects currently underway that the volunteers have generated for themselves on a wide variety of topics, the results of which are shared with other project members via the Lively website and blog. Volunteers are recruited whenever the project team take information about their work into the community in Greater London to encourage interest in the history and archaeology of the Thames foreshore and wider participation. Special events, information days, public exhibitions, the creation and presentation of educational materials for schools, and the development of the website all contribute to the core aim of turning Londoners into well-informed observers of the river that runs through their city, not least by means of the very popular guided foreshore walks that take place throughout the year.
Best Community Archaeology Project. A town unearthed, Folkestone before 1500. Folkestone is a fascinating and ancient place, but for many local people and visitors, what they see is a largely Edwardian town. This project aims to challenge that perception and to unearth some of the fascinating history and early sites that are hidden in Folkestone, connecting people to a lost older heritage. In the last 2 summers, the project has focused on an extensive late Iron Age Romano-British site and villa complex situated quite literally on the edge of the town's east cliff and at imminent risk of being lost to erosion. What has been discovered is of both national and international significance. An extensive Iron Age trading port comparable with Hengesbury Head has been revealed, as well as a thriving quernstone industry which took place across the site throughout the Iron Age. This summer, local residents, school children and volunteers will dig further trial trenches in the area, and doubtless another chapter in this fascinating story will emerge. Further work will look at other sites, including Caesar's Camp, which is a Norman earthwork castle, but could also possibly be the site of a Neolithic causewayed camp, and the Bale, the site of an early Anglo-Saxon minster. Excavation, though, is only one aspect of what this project is about. The central aim is to share and reveal the ancient landscape that has been obscured by the spectacular growth of the Edwardian town, and more recently by development in the 1950s and 60s. The hope is that those who take part in the project will have a fuller sense of the town as a very, very old and interesting place. The community is therefore at the heart of the project as participants and leaders in all aspects of what the project does. Whether it is education or training, research and publication, events such as living history weekends, exhibitions, walking tours, oral history, art, photography or film.
Best Community Archaeology Project, Archaeox, East Oxford, one history or many? Archaeox is short for the East Oxford Archaeology and History Project. This is a 4-year project set up to investigate the landscape of Oxford City's eastern districts. It is based in the Oxford University Department for Continuing Education and run by Project Director David Griffiths. Local community participation is shaped by a volunteer steering group. The aim is to create a new and inclusive community of people enthusiastic about history and archaeology across an area characterized by great social, educational and economic disparities. The project now has some 500 registered volunteers, and many more people are involved through group activities such as school visits, residents' associations and mental health support groups, and through community events, evening talks and guided site visits. Volunteers are involved in and are trained in every aspect of the archaeological process, from documentary research to site survey and test pitting, from geophysics and excavation to environmental processing, from cataloguing finds and human bone to archiving and writing up excavations. Teaching and training to high standards of archaeological understanding and practice are fundamental to the project's aims and ethos. In any typical month, Archaeox members can be found digging test pits to understand better the rural villages that have now come together to form the suburban landscape of East Oxford, or carrying out geophysics in the area's open spaces, or studying field names and place names and seeking out old maps and documents, or recording standing buildings, or preparing a report on the project's main excavation, which is seeking to understand more about Barthelmess Chapel, a medieval leper hospital site. This dig has uncovered a range of buildings from the early medieval period to the 19th century, as well as a variety of burials and finds that date from the Romano-British period through to the 19th century.